package in the mail, MSX games from Japan. Collecting without fail those shoot 'em ups, that's the plan. He doesn't just collect them, he also codes them too. Join us and we'll go on electric adventures with you.
Hey tubers, Electric Adventures here with a special box in the mail. All the way from it's from Great Britain. Interesting that the custom declaration's in a different language. Oh, it's in dual languages. Anyway, all the way from Great Britain, and it's a special expansion for a one of the computers that I got recently that I've been after for a couple of years, and that's none other than the Memotech MTX, and this is called a REMEMORizer. I haven't unpacked it yet, and I haven't tried it yet, so I thought I'd show you the device and then I'll take some video or at least some still shots of me installing it in the machine. So there's lots of packing peanuts in here. I'm trying not to make them go all over the floor. Alright, so in here, so it's a special expansion board. So my Memotech MTX only has 32K of RAM, so this expands that RAM, as well as adding lots of other features. Just being careful here. So this has been made up. I had to send pictures of the inside of my system, so hopefully this is made up and will work in my system as long as there's nothing wrong with my system. It actually has a VGA out that you can use as well, and it has an SD card slot. Included is an SD card. So it's taped to the back of the box. So there's a 1 gig SD card already with software on there, and we have, oops, I really stuck well to the doctor, and we have a chip that we have to replace one of the other chips as well. So I believe this goes in the expansion socket on the side, and we've got to put the chip on the inside. So I'll just try and give you a closer look at that, at the components that are on there. His soldering side there. So there's a special sticky here with an serial number 53, I suppose. Yep. Now it comes with a letter. So REMEMORizer. I won't show the other side because I won't show you on thing because it's got people's addresses and things. Dear Memotech enthusiast, please find enclosed one REMEMORizer and an SD card preloaded with software. Please be sure to visit www.nyangau.org, REMEMORizer.html, and particularly read the setup page before attaching this to your Memotech MTX. So I'll try and do a screen capture of me looking at that page. I've supplied it with the ROM jumper set high, assuming you've removed the OS basic ROM. So I'm going to remove a ROM, as this gives the best functionality, avoids RAM disruption. If you've told me that you have an MTX 500, the MTX 500 jumper is set to high. That's basically means MTX 500, I've only got 32K of RAM. And I'll have included an address decoded GAL. That's this one, I suppose, labelled 2-32 or 3-32, depending on how many ROMs I had, to replace the power and position 6A on the motherboard. So that's the chip I've got to pull out. If you've told me the MTX has 64K, that's not me. If you plan to use the REMEMORizer with a mix of systems, or you've not told me you need to set the jumpers, right? I shouldn't need to set the jumpers, I should just be able to plug it in. And basically, he indicates the unit is sold at cost, and he basically sent it to me without me paying for it. To try it out, if it works, I pay him for it, if not else. So very, very good service. His name is Andy Key, by the way, who does all this. And there's actually a game on there called Hex Train, so we'll have a couple of things to play with and have a look at. So anyway, without further ado, I'll try and set the camera up so we can have a look at, well, I'll record a bit of the looking at the website, but then I'll open up the Memotech and we'll go through the installation together. Alright, let's go do that now. Okay, so here's the website mentioned in the letter. You can see the REMEMORizer fitted here. So what it comes, an 80 column card, so 80 by 25 and 80 by 48, and that outputs to VGA, which will solve our problems until I fix that connector on my Memotech. I've only been able to use RF so far. The SD card is large and fast, ultimate probably is, so 512 of extra memory. 320K is typically directly usable, so you normally use a RAM disk. 128K is hidden, uses a virtual cassette. 32K can be upgraded my Memotech from 264. And obviously another lot can be used if your Memotech has no memory at all. CPM boot ROM and basic ROM provided on the SD card and a RAM disk. Replacement for the fixed operating system basic ROMs to provide the virtual cassette support, so it upgraded the inbuilt ROMs. Ability to be a ROM card providing ROM 2 with 16 subpages, so I suppose that's multiple ROM images and you can flip between them. Speculator hard with extra enhancement, numeric accelerator as well, okay. It's like an SDX, only smaller, faster and cheaper. Okay, so super thing. So let's go and have a look at the setup page together. Okay, just how to install it. So I have an MTX 500, so replacing its memory decoder PAL. So this is the board, and yeah, with the switches it provides the missing 32K. It should already be in that mode. I don't have an RS-232 card, and I don't have a ROM card. Okay. So I've either got 3 or 2, and that's just basically a switch setting. Now, MTX PALs. Okay, so this replace the memory decoder PAL. Is there a picture of that? There is a picture of the actual PAL. I suppose it won't be too hard to find. That's high, yep. Okay, that's fine. With 3 ROMs have a bug on the memory decoder. PAL DRAM is appropriately visible, okay. No, I don't have a memory update, yeah. Okay, well I've just got to replace that chip, so hopefully it won't be too hard to find and do. But as you can see, it has quite good documentation. It's just got a software section. I think that shows what's on the card. I'm just going to do a quick fly through here. You guys, obviously you can come to this website and check it out. There's the address I read out before. There's lots of information there. It's going to take me a little while. So sample SD, so a couple of sample SD card images. Okay. Usage. Lots and lots of information. So we'll play about with that once I get it all set up and installed. So alright, now we'll flip to some video of me having a go at installing the device. We'll first have to open it up and replace that power chip. Right, so here's the Memotech on the workbench. I've taken off the 2 end pieces and pulled off the keyboard cable there. Then the whole top of the computer quite literally just slides. Oh, so hard doing things on camera. Right. And then we have our main board. Now I'm assuming that our power chip is this one, because we don't have many chips socketed. That pretty much looks like our animal there, doesn't it? Right, back again. Be careful of this capacitor at this end. You have to do it evenly so you don't bend the pins. Right. Just making sure our alignment is the same. And pop him back in. Nice easy sockets to get things back in. Alright, so basically the REMEMORizer is going to go do that on here. I'm just going to clean that contact before I put it back together again. And I'll hook it up to a VGA monitor that I've got on my workbench here, and we'll see how we go. Right, back again. I actually sealed the whole thing up and then realised, oops, I'm supposed to remove the ROMs as well, because it's currently set to as in instructions, which we looked at earlier. So that's the ROMs, that's set to high, which means we're supposed to run it without the ROMs. So I need to take those out very carefully, because what did it do when I turned it on? It booted straight to basic. Really wish I had a proper chip remover, but that's, we can work around this. So rather than you sit here and watch me remove ROMs. Right, back. I realised I hadn't followed the instructions properly. I had to remove both of my ROM chips, and we're not referring to 2 ROM chips before. I was talking about the 3 chip model. We had to remove the lower 2, so I needed to leave my higher bank ROM chip in place. Now, because I had no basic to jump to, got a couple of commands here, so we shall now try out this first one. So this is loading files from basic. So first we do is we jump. Now it doesn't look like anything's changed there, but we go over here, and sorry, this is obviously still an RF unit. I haven't figured out how to get around getting the black shadow from chasing the sync. I hope you guys can see that. Might just shut these curtains, a little bit of less light on them. Right, so you get a bit of rainbow. At least you can see what I'm doing. So now we select ROM 5. Okay, so it's executed that, and we can go user. So user instruction and dir. That's going to give us a big list. So there is a lot of stuff on there. There's a lot of MTX files. So we go user run, and we'll try this one first. Which is the example they give. Okay, let's come back a little bit. So you can see, I think it's the automatic fine tuning on the TVs making the signal wander. So, okay, so it's a bit of a Frogger cone. Whoops, went too far. I'm sort of looking underneath the camera here. You got me. Oh, I went too far. I think I've done the lines already. Let's have another go. Could at least get a person across, a froggy across the road. I'd say this is written in basic with a bit of machine code to assist it. And sorry, we're getting quite a tear up at the top of the screen there. Alright, got one in. Whoops, there was a bonus one there that I missed. But our bonus. Oops, doesn't make it easy. And we're done. Right, now you can filter the items by putting in a part of a path. So I've done all the run files on there, and I thought we'd try this MTX drag. Hopefully that's an actual MTX original game. Oh, Drowse and checkers. Okay, enter level. 0. Full capture search. Yeah, went to your colour, black. Our move. So C3 to D4. Invalid move. Oh, I'm black, aren't I? Ha ha ha. How about we go D6 to E5. That works quite well. So, awesome. Alright, let's try one of the MSX conversion. So, from CPM you can also load things. So if I just do a directory. Right, what have we got? Okay, switching over, you can see that's loading. So Spectron was a game that came out on the Spectre video. Our signal seems to have wandered again. Okay, I'm going to have to adjust this again. It just seems to drift all the time. Okay, so they're pretty much ported over. So this was the very first game I ran on my original Spectre video 318. Can't fire. Where's the home key? I found pause. Oh, in the middle. Ha ha ha. So it was good fun, the game. It was sort of a mix between Space Invaders and Galaxian in a way. Got me! Alright, I'll reset. I'll just leave you on that screen for the moment. Because there's also one called Defender. Oops. Sorry for bumping you. So volume up and down, press fire to start game. going to be so annoying. Oops. It is very difficult controlling things with keyboards. But that's a completely different version of Defender too, so not bad. Alright, let's try loading some of the games from BASIC. From 5. There probably is a... Oops. No, probably should... I think user run. Oops. Pac-Man. No data. Okay. I'm sure I saw a Pac-Man there, but that's alright. Oh. Not MTX. We want run. Oh, that's cool. Whee! Ah, this is one by my mate Klaus. Okay. And as you can see, our fine hold has gone crazy. So excuse me for a second. I've really got to figure out how to. It's like it's drifting all the time. There we go. That's better. So this has been converted across from MSX. And I'm obviously doing this with keys. Whoa, got them all. Well, that picture seems better. Anyway. So, excellent. So, as you can see, it's able to run some MSX games that people have converted across. And there's lots of Memotech games on there. I mean, this is really a video about the device, and it's not really a user guide. There's plenty of videos on actual user guides, which I obviously need to watch. Very, very happy to get this, so thanks a lot to Andy. I'll definitely be keeping it, but now I just need to learn how to use it properly. So, hope you've enjoyed this little video. I'm Electric Adventures. Thanks to all my subscribers. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.